So it's Eric Yeboah here with ESPN Truehoop, and fortunate with this interview here with Dewayne Dedmon, the new Hawk, Atlanta Hawk. We got this acquisition this offseason here. Dewayne, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
So, first of all, we need to clarify something. Is your the way you spell Dewayne, or the way that Dwayne Wade spells Dewayne? Which one is the correct way?
I spell the way that Dewayne Dedmon spells Dewayne. Dewayne.
I got you. I'm happy we got that straight, man. I was joking with somebody earlier about that, like what is the correct way, but we're gonna go with Dewayne. We're gonna go with
definitely.
I got you. So when you had the opportunity to come to Atlanta, what was it that made like an attractable destination for you?
I just felt like it was a good opportunity, you know what I'm saying, with a young squad to come in and be able to, you know, to play and try and have an impact immediately, you know. So, I mean, I just felt like it was a good opportunity, especially, you know, coming from San Antonio, and a lot of the people in Atlanta were in San Antonio, so it kind of just made it a little more fluid.
Yeah, for sure.
Transition.
Is there a difference there? Would you say the feeling of going from that San Antonio team to this Hawks team, when you're going from a team with a lot of vets to a young team, and you know the expectations? I don't know if you've seen recently, but ESPN rankings the predictions have come out that they think Atlanta will finish last in the East, and you hear all those kind of things. I mean, what does that do for you as far as motivation and how you kind of approach this team?
I mean, I really don't. I really try not to think about it, because I mean, if you think about it, when I was in San Antonio, you know what I'm saying, it was after the Tim Duncan era, so they didn't think we would do as well as we did, you know. So I mean, I really try and just keep that in the back and just, you know, go out there and hoop every night and try and win.
Yeah,
that's what everybody's trying to do. So I mean, I feel like we have a good group of guys who with the same mentality. So I'm really not paying attention to what people think is going to happen.
And I mean, we were kind of just hit on the similarity with the type of basketball each team plays, you know, like team oriented. I'm sure you like that about both, but it's like for you, even there were times in the season, I mean, several times you saw Kawhi be so assertive and take over and whatnot and be that guy. You know, eventually somebody's going to have to be that role. You know, when you look at this team so far, is that something that I'm sure you guys are going to talk about, and once you get to actually play with each other more, you'll figure it out. But is that something that it'll be a conversation to have? Like, I mean, we're going to have to at least have that one guy that has to get assertive and at certain times in the game and get more aggressive.
I mean, if you think about Atlanta's history, you know what I'm saying? Like, they played, I forget how many years ago it was, but they had, 4 or 5 people in the All-Star game just because of their team basketball and the way they played together. You know what I'm saying? So that's really just based off of how Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, how Atlanta plays. So, I mean, I'm just expecting to come in here and just play team basketball. I mean, I really don't know, like, you know, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, somebody does step up into that role. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's team basketball. So, I mean, that's what we do.
That's what, and coming from, you know, that system and coming to here with Coach Bud and Coach Pop having that relationship, have you had that conversation with Coach Bud yet, or has Pop told you anything, concerning anything about Coach Bud in that regard?
No, not really. I mean, I talked to Coach Borrego. You know what I'm saying? He's still in San Antonio, so that's my guy. So we talk a lot. He's giving me a little background on Coach Bud, and I talked to him personally. So I mean, he seems like a pretty cool dude, pretty cool coach. So
how was it? I mean, it had to be interesting. How was it playing for Pop though? Like, how you hear all the stories about it, but I mean, just to actually be for a full season and have that kind of that mentorship and guidance under your belt. What did he do for your career?
I mean, you know, I feel like, you know, I mean, he gave me my opportunity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, coming into San Antonio, I was in Orlando where I really wasn't playing. And, you know, coming into San Antonio, you know, I mean, I just learned a lot just being around, you know what I'm saying, the winning culture and, you know, just a winning team and just picking all the vets' brains and just talking to everybody. It kind of just, you know, helped me realize what, you know what I'm saying, what this game is about and what you have to do to succeed. So, I mean, that was really helpful. So, I mean, he definitely, I would say he definitely helped my career as well.
And I mean, him giving you that that time and those minutes like he did to be able to show yourself, showcase your talents, and now you see where you're positioned into now. And I saw something interesting about you, just seeing how late you started to play basketball. Was this, man, did you ever envision this happening right now at this point in your career to be moving in the direction you're doing, you're going right now? It's pretty much it's an increase. You're taking that stride, step by step, it looks like, towards the right direction. Did you ever see this happening?
To be completely honest with you, God, I didn't if you think about it, 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying, I was in college, and 3 years before that, I wasn't playing basketball. So, just to see, how everything is transpired and just how much I've grown as a person is truly a blessing, So, to be in this position, I'm definitely blessed and humble, So, just trying to keep working and keep getting better.
Is there any part of the game, your game personally, that you feel like you'll be able to, showcase even more now moving into this role you have in Atlanta that maybe people didn't see the last couple of years, or?
I was in Atlanta this week, and we've just been I've been talking to the coaches and trying to figure out what what they want me to come in and do, and it's really more just kind of how Atlanta plays is the big kind of facilitates a lot, starts DHOs with the guard screen and roll, short roll type action, find the shooters, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's definitely the next step, you know what I'm saying, that I need to be taking.
And I think they did that a lot with Millsap, Horford. We've had in the past here, big guys who can really pass the ball out of different screens. So I'm sure that when you think about that, then you also think about the type of connection you gotta have with a Dennis Schroeder. What is it about his game that you like, that you see from Dennis? That I know you only played him, you saw him twice last year, I know, but what is it about his game that you like about Dennis?
I just like the way he plays. You know what I'm saying? He's a point guard that facilitates. He can get to the cup and score. His jumper's getting better every year. You know what I'm saying? So it's just improving every year. So I like that. I like how he plays a lot.
For sure. Would you consider this season coming up for him like a big year for him as far as being that fifth year, having this being such a young team, and him being one of the only guys on the team who's had such a deep playoff experience? Did you think this is a big season for him to just kind of showcase and take that next step? I know a lot of people are looking for him to kind of take that next step.
I feel like it's going to be a big season for all of us, but definitely for him, it's definitely going to be a good season for him to, showcase even more. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not a doubt in my mind that he's not working to get better right now as we speak, so it's definitely feel like, there will be strides made this year.
Yeah. Did you, you came from even a situation in San Antonio this last season where you saw a guy like Kawhi take his game to the next level. And you see it person. And so for you, it's like when you saw that happening, was it disappointing when you saw the end of the MVP votes, how it ended up turning out? Did you feel like that maybe what Kawhi did was kind of underappreciated? It was come down to three different players that had great years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to, compete against somebody who was averaging a triple-double for basically the whole season, So, but definitely what he did this year was definitely incredible. He was the MVP of our team. If it was up to me, I definitely would have made him the MVP. But like I said, Russ did his thing, and he definitely deserved it. Yeah. But Kawhi definitely showed and proved why he was the MVP of San Antonio last year. Do you think maybe the voting, the type of what exactly we put into voting, the factors and whatnot? Do you think that there's an issue there? Because it's like how we look at Harden. Harden had to be disappointed because the first time he lost to Steph, the reasoning for it seemed like he didn't have enough wins. And then this time comes around, he had more wins than Westbrook did, but he still loses. Because Westbrook did what he did. He went he went crazy. So, but you think there's an issue there? Do you value winning more? Or do you just for you when you look at it, how does it Like, what the hierarchy? What do you kind of put it in? Like, what roles do you put into like voting for MVP?
I mean, like when I think about it, it's the most valuable player on your team. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes down to collectively who was the most valuable player on their team out of the whole league. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And for a point guard to be averaging 10 rebounds a game, 10 assists a game, and what did he average, like 20 plus points a game?
Yeah, almost 30. I think he was at almost 30, yeah. Mm-hmm.
30, 32, or it might have been 32 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone in itself is pretty impressive.
Yeah. No, that's, yeah. That for you to even, I mean, I don't know if you ever got switched on to him or, you know, him or Harden. I don't know if you did, but was it ever who's the toughest matchup you had to guard, like maybe on the perimeter when you've gotten switched on? Because I've seen enough, you know, watched you guys enough that you're really good. You have really good footwork. You able to at least stay with some guards to a degree. But it's like, for you, how hard was it? Some of these guys, like who was the toughest guard for you on the perimeter, you would say?
Out of those two?
Well, just you could say those two. You could say, I mean, some of the top elite guards.
Out of those two, I would definitely say James Harden, just because he's so crafty with drawing fouls. You know what I'm saying? So like you have to guard him a certain way, keep your hands out of the way, move your feet. I definitely say he was definitely a tougher switch on.
Tougher switch. Is it? Do you, to be honest here? I mean, do you think some of those calls are a little too quick when it comes to James?
You know,
it's tough, man.
It's hard to gauge. I mean, that the one with the coming off the screen and shoot the, you know what I'm saying, shoot the three and they call the foul. Like, hands. I mean, I don't know. That was
a little sketchy. Yeah. Like for me, the ones that seems like you big guys have a hard time with is when he's coming off the screen, he's driving into you, and he puts his arms underneath your arms. You know that trick he does.
He cuffs your arm, and then, but I mean, technically that's a foul.
It's a foul. Oh wow.
So I mean, it's tough, but I mean he's mastered the craft, so you really can't knock him for that.
You can't. Nah, I definitely.
He's found out a way to get the call. So that's crazy.
Are you for the LA guys, for the Cali guys and whatnot? How tired are you guys as far as hoopers? Like and for you, like who do you rank as some of the best guys to come out of Cali?
The best to come out of Cali?
Yeah.
As in, like, in the league right now?
In the league, well, yeah, let's say in the league right now.
I mean, if we're talking about in the league right now, my vote definitely has to go to Paul George. You know, we from the same area. Gotcha. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying, he made it out, and you know what I'm saying, he's doing incredible things with his career. So, I definitely have to give it to PG.
Oh, wow, PG, okay. And I remember I forgot who I was speaking with, and they've talked about, obviously, PG, Russ. And then they start bringing up the OGs, and everybody there has like the highest respect for like Baron Davis. And they brought up somebody like an OG, and they said, y'all look to Baron Davis.
I mean, James is from Cali too, right?
James, and you got James, yeah, of course, James. But they brought up, they started going.
If you think about it, we have a nice, you know what I'm saying, we got a nice little roster out of Cali. You know what I mean? Can't really complain. We got Russ, James, PG, like it's
so y'all think y'all got better than the East Coast? Y'all think y'all versus East Coast, y'all got it on lock?
It's your West versus. Oh yeah, come on now, bro.
That's it.
I'm always ride with the West, bro. That's
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. Like y'all play. I want to see that again. I saw it a couple years ago with the lockout. You remember the lockout? They did like the Drew League versus the Goodman.
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah. So I was like, I had to give respect to Cali because over here I'm from Atlanta. I'm from here, so I'm like, I'm always gonna go with the East Coast guys. You know, because the way we look at y'all is like y'all don't play defense. You know how it is. Like we be like West Coast guys they just want to score. They just want to play flashy. But I was like, you know what? I got to give it up though. The LA dudes can hoop. Like y'all definitely earned my respect over the year because I was like, I can definitely see where the hype is coming from. Like y'all got a deep roster over there. Yeah. So I can definitely understand that.
I appreciate the respect, brother.
so when you look at some of the young guys like Bembry and Torian, I don't know if you get to watch them in the summer league, but what kind of excites you about those two, like those wings, and even John Collins? We have John Collins here as well.
Yeah, I mean, just how hard they play. You know what I'm saying? They bring it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they show up to work ready to play and ready to go hard. You know what I'm saying? Try and get the dub. And that's what it comes down to. Like who's going to play harder, who's going to show up, and you know what I'm saying? Try and get this win for the team.
For sure. And for you coming in, and we talked about what you'll be able to showcase, and even just being that leader. Is that something you're looking forward to being?
I mean, I'm just trying to come in and just, learn the system and, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out what coach wants, what coach actually really wants me to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really haven't had much time to figure everything out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once it comes down to it, I figure it'll all figure itself out.
Okay, cool. And we're going to close it out here with with two more with you. As far as TV shows, we're going to talk TV show real quick. Favorite TV show on right now?
You said what?
Your favorite TV show right now?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Everybody keeps telling me I got to watch Game of Thrones. I guess I'm slipping, man.
Bro, you definitely are. Easily. Game of Thrones, Power. That's 1 and 2.
Oh, so you got Power. Okay, so I'm with you on Power.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, like if I was to sit back and think about what Game of Thrones actually is, like that's not me, but it's such a good show. Like once you get into it, bro, you're gonna be hooked.
That's the thing. My sister was getting on me yesterday because she was like, "How do you not watch it?" And I was like, the first thing I saw was like dragons and all that, and I was like, "I'll pass." Like, that don't seem like me.
Yeah, trust me. Like when I like if I was in your shoes and I said, I'm like, yo, I'm not watching that. But like I've been in this thing since the beginning, bro, and it's a great series.
I'm gonna try to get at it. Shit, I'm gonna give it a try, man. What about Insecure?
You gotta get past episode 4, bro.
Okay.
Once you get past episode 4, then you good. There's a bunch of explaining and stuff. So once you get past all that, then you get to the meat.
Get to the meat of it. I'm gonna give you two more to watch Ozarks. Ozark on Netflix. If you check that out, I promise you won't be disappointed. What else am I watching? Insecure. I don't know if you watch Insecure.
Nah, I watch Snowfall.
Yeah, Snowfall? Okay, I gotta get on that. I heard about that too. I gotta get on that.
Yeah,
so those are a couple of your go-tos.
Snowfall's pretty good.
So Snowfall, you got Game of Thrones, you got Power, your go-tos that you're watching right now.
Game of Thrones and Power is top 2.
Top 2, gotcha.
That's really like I'm Sunday. Like don't call me, don't text me. I'm locked in.
What are you playing? Okay, what music are you listening to on that day? I mean, what you blasting right now?
What am I blasting right now? I'm listening to a little bit of that 2 Chainz, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get my Atlanta music.
There you go.
And Meek Mill, he bang, and then I definitely always got Nipsey Hussle on my speakers.
Yo, I gotta tell you, Nipsey is one of like my quiet, like I just enjoy. I don't even talk about Nipsey much. But that's one dude that I ride with for like a minute since like college. He got me through college, like with the marathon mixtape.
Been banging for a while.
Yeah. Man, why is Nipsey so underrated? Can you tell me that?
Shoot, I don't even know, man. I really don't know.
I appreciate it.
Definitely got some bangers out there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, look, man, welcome to Atlanta. While you're here, when you get back, you need to check out our soccer game, Atlanta United. We got Atlanta United soccer team here, and I kid you not, like the games here, dog, are it's ridiculous. Like the fan craze, like the noise, the chants, like it's one of the best experiences in town. So if you check out Atlanta United game, I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed, man. I don't know if you're a soccer fan.
I used to go to when I was in Orlando. I used to go to Orlando City soccer games.
Okay.
So I mean, that's it.
There's a little rivalry between those two.
Yeah, I know. I seen they just played the other day.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
man, well, look, I appreciate it, really, man, Dedmon. We gonna ask you this, Dedmon. I know you hear some corny nicknames. What should Hawks fans? What nickname do you prefer, or do you just call you Dewayne?
D-Mac.
D-Man. Okay, y'all heard that, Hawks fans. Y'all heard it straight from the man himself. I appreciate the time, my man.
All right, no doubt.
All right, take care.
All right, good.
That concludes our interview with Dewayne Dedmon from the Atlanta Hawks, our new addition this summer here. Very excited about this pickup here. A tall guy like himself, big man that we needed, 7 feet tall, has a lot of energy, plays the game the right way, very smart, and brings a lot of tenacity to this team that we much needed. So definitely a pick that I think Hawks fans should be very excited about. And I think what he brings is just not only the mindset of win, but doing it the right way. And speaking to him in that interview, you can see that he's definitely ready to come to Atlanta and be a part of this new movement, new chapter in Atlanta Hawks basketball. So this is Eric Yeboah with ESPN Truehoop. Peace.